Welcome to the channel. Today I have my best and worst luxury purchases. And guys, this was really hard for me to narrow down because I have been super intentional about the things that I have been purchasing, and anything that I don't really use or that I don't really like or enjoy, I have tried to sell off in the past. And so these days I just try and be way more intentional about the things that I purchase instead of making a lot of impulse purchases. I love all of my stuff. I love wearing all of my stuff. So to narrow it down to like my best purchases was really hard because I have so many favorites, and I had to look at it as like, okay, not picking favorites, but like, what are the best purchases that I use the most and that get the most cost per wear and the best return on my investment. And then for my worst purchases, I'm not saying that these purchases were awful or that they're not cute or anything like that. Clearly, I like them enough to purchase them, but when I got them, like, I just don't wear them, I don't use them, or the quality wasn't what I expected, or whatever it may be. So I'll detail all of those things as I go through each one. So before we get into the video, if you enjoy luxury fashion, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'm Twitty, and I talk about all things luxury fashion, lifestyle, beauty. So subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications so you'll be made aware of my next video. All right, so let's get into my very first item, which is one of my worst purchases, sadly. So the first item is my Fendi mini Tresor in the transparent PVC Fendi motif. If you watched my 2020 luxury handbag collection, you saw this bag, and I spoke about how much I absolutely love this bag. This bag is so heartbreaking to me. It's on my worst because, as you can see, it's like cloudy and foggy looking, and this is not what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be transparent clear, not this foggy clear. And you know, I just don't know what happened to the bag or how. This started happening after only like my second time wearing the bag, I believe, and I've had this bag since it was released a few years ago. It had to be 2019, I think, either 2019 or 2018. So I've been living with this bag like this for a very long time, and I refuse to sell the bag because I actually really, really love this bag. Like, the first time I saw this bag, I was like, I have to have it. I purchased it, and I truly love this bag. But the issue with like the PVC fogging is just such an issue for me, and you know, it makes me not want to wear the bag. And so if you guys have any idea of how to treat this or what to do for a plastic PVC bag, please let me know. I don't want to strip the double F motif off of it. I just want to get rid of this like cloudy, foggy overcast on the plastic. But unfortunately, this has to go into the worst just because of that issue, and it makes me so sad because this is like the cutest little bag. Like, it even goes with my outfit today. This is a Fendi top that I purchased, and like, look how cute this would be. Like, my sleeves are kind of see-through, the bag would be see-through, and then it has like the little matching FFs, but you know, unfortunately, it just has this little issue. So help me in the comments if you know how I can fix this or clear it up. I'm open to any suggestions or advice that you guys may have if you've dealt with this with a transparent bag. Now we're gonna switch gears to my best purchase, and it is these two Fendi hats. Now, are these hats overly expensive? Like, do they cost more than they should? Absolutely yes. Did I buy two hats that are pretty much like almost the same hat? Yes, I did. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. I love these hats, and the reason that I bought two different styles is because for me, they honestly serve two different purposes. I originally had the bucket hat, and I loved the bucket hat, but the bucket hat has a certain style that you can wear with it, and as soon as I saw the baseball cap, I was like, okay, I have to have the baseball cap because I wear the bucket cap so much that I knew I would wear the baseball cap, but I wanted to be able to just like throw on a hat, and I felt like I couldn't necessarily do that with the bucket hat. Like even when I wanted to wear certain things that like I just wanted to throw on a cap with, as soon as I threw on the bucket cap, it just kind of like changed the look in a weird way that I didn't want. So I'm so glad that I end up getting the baseball cap, because this, like you guys, I wear this, even though it's Prada, like I wear this casually. I can use it to dress up an outfit, but I'll also wear it like as I'm running errands. Like literally, I'll just like throw on this cap with like leggings and whatever I'm wearing. I've also worn this to the gym before. I actually want to get a few more colors in these caps, because to me, they're worth every penny. If you're a hat girl, you like hats, I recommend either of these hats or both. I wear them all the time. I know for a fact that I've already like gotten my cost per wear out of these, because like they're an everyday staple for me. So these are definitely on my best list. I love these and I highly, highly, highly recommend them. All right, next on my worst list is a pair of shoes, and these are by Gianvito Rossi, and they're these beautiful, beautiful platform sandals, and they're gorgeous. Like they're brown suede, and again, if you saw my handbag collection video, you know I have a brown suede Chanel that goes perfectly with this bag or with these shoes. So I thought it would be such a cute match. But the reason why these are on my worst list is because I actually got these because I couldn't get another pair of shoes. So I actually really, really wanted the Saint Laurent, I believe it's the Page or the Bianca, that's very similar to this style. So it's like, you know, knotted front, high, super high platform. And I wanted those Saint Laurent shoes so badly, but they went on sale and then they sold out in my size, and I just missed the mark. Like I totally missed it. And so these were available, and these were also on sale. And in the pictures, I thought it looked basically identical to the shoes that I wanted. I could obviously tell like some differences, but I thought for the most part, like, oh, it's the same platform. Like, you know, it's very similar. I'll be just as happy with these. And sadly, I am not. Like you can see, I've never worn these before. They've been in the box. I've had these for at least 2 years. I've never even taken them out the box, except for like I have all my shoes on display. So they've just been sitting on the shelf, but have never once been worn. And I'll take them out to wear with outfits. And then when I put them on, like it just doesn't give me the feel or the look that I'm looking for. So the moral of the story is, if there is a certain item that you want, don't settle for the other one thinking that it'll replace what you really want. Like if it's something that you truly, truly want, like I really wanted those shoes by Saint Laurent, and I really thought that I could replace them with these. I'm definitely going to be selling these and letting these go and just get the shoes that I really want when they find me, and you know, instead of just letting them continue to sit in my closet for no reason. So beautiful pair of shoes, but just not what I was looking for or what I want. So these are sadly on my worst list. Sticking with shoes, I have these Gucci Princetown loafers on my best list, and I cannot speak more highly about the Princetowns. Like the first pair was my black pair. Sorry, I'm trying not to touch them. Comment below if when you guys watch these videos and people are like touching the bottom of the soles of the shoes that they've worn, you get grossed out. I'm a huge germaphobe, and every time I watch those videos, I see people like holding the shoes by the bottom or like patting them, and I'm just like, ew, ew, ew. So I'm trying so hard like not to touch the bottom. So give me 1 second. I don't think there's a way to avoid touching them, unfortunately. So have to do what we have to do. But these are my Princetowns. I purchased the black pair first, and I wore these black pair out. Like you can see they're creased, like they are like run down. I wore them so much to where I actually had the sole replaced on them. And that's what I love about like a luxury shoe, a designer shoe. You can always get the soles repaired or reinforced, or you know, anything that you need. Like even in the front here, I had some like scuffing from just wearing them out, and I was able to get that buffed out and have the sole replaced and reinforced. And to me, I feel like they look like how Princetown is supposed to look, and I actually enjoy the creases in them because this leather is amazing. And I just feel like Princetown's, like when they have the creases in them, it gives them such character. And since the Princetown loafer is probably what you would typically consider like a more mature woman's shoe, I love the fact that like it gives me that look of just like very classic leather loafer, sophisticated, smart, you know, that whole look. And so I love these. Like I wear them dressed up, dressed down. I wear them to work all the time. I wear them, you know, even just like running errands. Like they're just such a comfortable shoe. I love them. And so I had to, of course, get them in the second pair with like the signature little Gucci bees and stars on them. And I actually want the black pair like this as well. I want a red leather pair. I want so many more pairs. These are definitely worth it. And I just think they continue to look so good as they continue to wear and age. And it's just like a beautiful, comfy, classic shoe. So Princetowns are definitely on my best list, and I hope to continue adding more to my collection. All right, guys, next on my worst list is a piece of clothing, and it is this beautiful Balenciaga turtleneck. And I've been, over the past year, investing more into like my luxury ready-to-wear pieces. I've tried to get away from a lot of like fast fashion and really using that money to just invest in like really classic pieces. Now, I will tell you, anytime I wear this top, I get compliments. People love this top. And I really, really wanted this top. But the reason that's on my worst list is because I had only seen this top online. I hadn't seen it in person, and I had to order it online. And I didn't know that the logo wasn't like embroidered into the fabric, if you will. So this is a ribbed turtleneck, and I love the weight and the feel of the actual turtleneck. Like Balenciaga did an amazing job with this material, but the logo is printed on top of the turtleneck. So when you wear it, as you can see, it kind of like stretches out and ruins the logo. And I'm less concerned about that because I don't feel like it has to read like, oh, if it's stretched out, like it has to read Balenciaga. For me, what I don't like about it is I get concerned about the longevity of this turtleneck and the fact that it's just printed ink on top of it. I am concerned about like with washing and things, like if it's going to start to flake off or peel off or something like that. And honestly, I am not the biggest fan of like how it looks when it's like completely stretched out on my body. So I still wear it. You guys have seen me wear this in a previous video. Like I said, I always get compliments on it. I love the weight of this turtleneck, but I just think for the amount that I paid for it, I did get it on sale, but I paid somewhere between, I think around like $565 for this, and to pay $500, you know, almost $600 after tax on a sweater, I believe that it should be higher quality than printed on. Like I think like when I opened this and I got it, before I even tried it on and saw how it looked stretched out, I was disappointed when I took it out and I just saw like, oh, the logo's literally like printed on here. I thought it was gonna be embroidered and just like really classic, and would have like a longer wear to it. I just feel like for the price, it should be not just like printed on, and there's probably a better, more high quality way that they could have done that. Along that note though, this Balenciaga sweater is actually in my best. So I got this sweater back when these like first came out, and like I just remember seeing it online and I was like, I need this immediately. You guys are probably gonna hear that a lot in my videos where like I see something and it's like, I need it immediately. Like that's just how I always feel. So I had to have this, and I love this sweater. I've had this sweater for years. I don't know when these came out. Was it 2018, 2019? I have no clue, but I've had this same sweater since then, and I just love it. It's like I pull it out every fall, winter. Again, another piece that can be dressed up, dressed down. Lots of compliments every single time I wear this sweater. Like, I'm in love with the sweater, people are in love with this sweater, and the material of it, it just feels, when you wear it, it just feels like you're in like a nice comfy blanket. So I feel like it was definitely worth the price. So with this sweater, you guys can see like the letters, the logo is actually woven into the sweater. And so that's what I was expecting with the turtleneck that I was just talking about that I purchased, and that wasn't the case. I love this sweater. I get a lot of wear out of it every year. So comfy, so cozy, and just like such a cool piece to have. All right guys, so next on my worst list, I'm actually kind of scared to show this one because I feel like this is a bag that people have like the people that love it, like really love this bag and have like a connection with it that goes back to like the first release of the bag. And you know, I'm just scared if I say that this is my worst purchase, they're gonna want to tussle. Like, that's just how I feel. But unfortunately, from a handbag standpoint, this is one of my worst purchases, and I'm actually going to include the strap with this as well because I did buy the Dior Saddle in ultra matte black, and I had to get the strap. Like, I felt like you can't have a saddle bag without the strap. Like, the strap is really what makes the bag. Now, again, like I said in the beginning, I'm not saying it's worse because it's not a beautiful bag and, you know, it's not aesthetically pleasing. To me, I made the best decision out of getting a saddle bag to get the ultra matte black. This really speaks to me. It speaks to my style. It works with my aesthetic. But the reason that this bag is on my worst list is because I was influenced by the influencers, right? And like I mentioned before, I see stuff and I'm like, I gotta have that. And so I had never actually tried on this bag or any saddle bag for that matter in person, and I purchased this blindly without seeing it. I hit up my essay, I was like, I need this bag, and then I also need the strap, and it was shipped to me, and that was the end of it. And these bags are very pricey, and the strap itself, I believe, is like $1,500 that I paid. So when I paid for both of these together, it was about at least $6,000 that I paid for these two pieces. And I'm really disappointed in myself in that because, again, I bought this sight unseen, and this bag is not functional. Like, if you guys have not had a saddle, or maybe you own a saddle, the shape of it, I don't know why I didn't realize this myself, like looking at the bag, like duh, obviously the way it's cut, there can't be any surface area here. But it gets worse. When you open it up, it still doesn't go as deep as what it looks like on here. And so the shape of the bag from a functional standpoint is just very odd. Like, you can only really stuff this side of the bag, and then this side of the bag is cut super high. So you really just, like, even though it looks like a larger bag, it really doesn't hold much. And the things that it does hold, it's almost like you have to play this game of Tetris to get it to fit in here because it is shaped like a saddle. And, you know, it's just very weird the way that you have to like configure things on the inside. And then the things that do go down here just like drop all the way down on this side. So again, it's just kind of a mess to deal with. And I've gotten used to it. I've had this bag for what, like 2 years now. I still wear this bag. For me, the fact that I spent so much on this, it actually forces me to wear this bag. Like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. Please believe that. But I just, again, feel like I could have not been in a position where I have to like force myself to wear a bag, and I could have had like a bag that I actually truly love, and like every time I look at it in my collection, I'm like, ah, you know, like I just love it, versus like, yeah, this bag is okay, I could take it or leave it. The price that I paid for it, that just doesn't justify that at all. So this is definitely, unfortunately, on my worst list. All right, guys, a bag that's on my best list is my Prada 2005 re-edition. And I spoke highly about this in my handbag collection video. I love this bag. I highly recommend this bag. It's a fabulous bag. If you want to know all the reasons why, go check out my handbag collection video. But I just think that this is a great bag if you are looking for an everyday bag or even a first luxury bag. It's a 2-in-1. Again, go watch the other video for all the other reasons. One of the things I will say though is that I purchased this when it was released, and I think it was retailing at like $11.50 at that time. Today it's $15.90, and I will be honest, I feel like if you want this bag, go get it now. Like the price increases that it's had to $15.90, I don't think I would pay over that. This is a full nylon bag, and while I love this bag, I think that the price point that it was at before was pretty affordable compared to the prices, these crazy prices that luxury bags are going to these days. And again, for a full nylon bag that's also still fairly small, I just would not be paying anywhere close to $2,000 for this bag. I own this bag clearly, and I love it, and I highly recommend it, but I don't believe in like price gouging for this type of bag at all. So definitely get the bag now if you can, before the price increases again, or look at buying it on the pre-love market, but don't spend an arm and leg for this bag, even though I definitely love it and recommend it. So I have another ready-to-wear piece on my worst list, and it is this Alexander Wang jacket, like bomber jacket. And if you guys saw my first luxury unboxing video, I'll link that above, you guys saw that I talked about Alexander Wang and how much I love Alexander Wang, and Alexander Wang is just like so my style. Like I love almost everything that he puts out, and so when this dropped, I loved this jacket. I needed to have it, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing, and I was so impatient. I bought this at full price, which is really ridiculous for this jacket, and that's why it's on my worst list, because this is a really cool jacket, but it's also like not an everyday jacket. Like it's so logo heavy. You know, I can throw this on, like dress it up, dress it down, but it's a lot to be wearing, like a lot. And so for $600, I just feel like I don't know what I was thinking. And then especially knowing that Alexander Wang always goes on sale, I just don't know why I was so pressed to get this at full price. These bomber jackets, Alexander Wang comes out with different versions of these jackets every year, and every year they go on sale. Just don't be in a rush, sis. Just if you want Alexander Wang, put it on your wish list while you're online shopping, get notified when the price drops, and you'll be fine. So my next best purchase is my Chanel Dad Sandals, but specifically in rubber. So I remember getting these after watching one of Tamara's videos, and she had just picked these up, this exact shoe, and when she tried them on, I was just like, oh, I love these, right? Like at that time, the Dad Sandals were new, and we had only seen them in like 2 different colors of like the leather. And so when she had these, I was like, oh my gosh, like these are so cool. I have to have them. They just like, I don't know. I was watching her video and they just spoke to me. And so I immediately got them that week, and I have never looked back, y'all. Like these are amazing. And the reason why I say the rubber specifically is because these, at least in the black rubber, are so versatile. First of all, they're comfortable. Like this is the most comfortable shoe ever, right? Like it's just rubber, it's super soft, it's super comfortable. And then on top of that, with it being a rubber shoe, you guys can probably tell mine look really dusty. And the reason that they look dusty is because the last time I wore these, I actually wore them on the beach, like in the sand and everything. And to me, I've definitely gotten my cost per wear out of them, because I wear them on the street, you know, with jeans, dresses, shorts, skirts, because they are a black sandal, but also because they're rubber, I don't have to baby them. Like I wear them on the beach, I wear them on vacation, I wear them, you know, wherever I want to wear them, and I don't have to worry about like Chanel's leather being delicate, or like the leather being scratched or rubbed off or anything like that. I don't have to worry about the wear over time. Like mine are definitely worn and like scratched up, but not anything significantly bad. I could literally just like go wash these off and they'll be, you know, pretty much back like new. And they're just, because they're rubber, they're just so durable. And I love the fact that I can wear them in any type of different like condition or terrain, which I have done before. I've worn these in the desert. Like they've been through it all, and I love them for that. Like another shoe that I definitely get compliments on every time I wear them. People love these shoes. If you're not into the dad trend, you know, I get it. But for me, like these are just, they're perfect. They're me, and I love, 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 love these shoes. All right, guys, we're rounding down on our purchases. I have one more handbag and 2 more accessories on my worst list. So the last handbag is this clutch. It is the Saint Laurent Belle de Jour clutch, and this is a beautiful, beautiful clutch, guys. Like this clutch is gorgeous, and I purchased the black version and I purchased the tan nude color, and I sold the nude color a few years ago because I wasn't using it, and I still have the black version. And I have worn this bag one time in the, I don't know how many years that I've had this bag, and that's why it's on my worst list. I purchased these, well, I purchased the 2 of the bags because I just thought they were gorgeous. Like I love the fact that the monogram is not very, you know, like in your face, and it's not metal. So I just love that it was like subtle, classic, and classy. And when I like something, I typically will buy it in at least the black and the nude. So I have both options, but I have kept the black one just because I feel like you never know, like when you need a nice black clutch for like a classy event. This one just being like black and classic, like I just can't pull myself to sell it. So I guess it will continue to stay in my collection. So speaking of buying things in multiple colors, I have an addiction to the Bottega mesh stretch pumps. So I have the black pair, I have the green pair, I have this red pair, and I'm purchasing 2 more colors in these, and then I think I can like take a break. But yeah, I have at least 3 pairs right now with 2 more on the way. And the last time that I've purchased a shoe in this many colors, like I said, I always, like if I love a shoe, I'll always get the black and the nude. So the nude is definitely on the way in this one. But with this shoe, like I love this shoe so much. It looks so good on the foot. I know this is one that's like, people love it or hate it. Like my best friend, she hates these shoes. Every time I wear these shoes, she sends me the little fish on a fishing rod emoji. Like she just hates them, and she thinks they're the most hideous shoes ever. I love these shoes, and I think like something about like the fishnet is just like so sexy in a tasteful way. The colors just pop. And the last time that I've purchased shoes in this many colors is my YSL tributes. So I know that tributes like aren't in style anymore, but I have a whole collection of different colors because that was my shoe back in the day. I still have them, and I'm keeping them because I will still wear them, and they're coming back in style just like everything else has, trust me. So I have a whole collection of those, but for right now, Bottega has taken the cake. Like they just keep releasing this shoe in more and more colors, and every time I'm like, I need that color, I need that color. So I'm trying to like reel myself in, no pun intended with the fishnet, but I'm trying to like reel myself back in, and there are definitely 2 more colors that I have to have. Like this is non-negotiable. And then after that, I think I need to like take a step back, take a little break, sis, mix it up with another shoe. But these are definitely on my best list. I definitely love, love, love these shoes. Next worst purchase is designer socks. So random, but yeah, designer socks. I have this pair of Gucci socks, which are absolutely gorgeous. Like let's take a moment for these. It has the GG monogram logo with like this silver thread in it that is absolutely gorgeous. I have these Balenciaga socks. As you can see, the tag is still on them. And then I also have these Fendi socks, which actually come in like their own dust bag, which I thought was really cool and I was not expecting. And these are Fendi socks. All three of these socks have never been worn. And the Fendi socks, if I put my hand through them, you can see it's the Fendi logo all over. And all of these socks are like super cute, but they were just a waste of money to me because I have never worn them and I don't think I ever will wear them. So for example, the Fendi socks, I got these because I was seeing the trend where people were wearing these like logo socks, but with like open sandals, you know, like the sandals that just have one strap across them, and they'd wear like the sock with those sandals. And I just thought it was so cool and edgy, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. But I can't seem to pull myself to do that look. Like, I don't know, like when I see it on other people, I think it looks super cute, but for some reason when I do it, it just looks weird or tacky. So I don't know, maybe because I've tried to do it with dresses, maybe I need to try and do it with like some jeans and this and the heels. I don't know, I'm not necessarily sold. I feel like I would still be forcing it. And so that's why I'm like, why did I purchase these? Because even if I did do it, I think I would do it one time and be like, whew, okay, I finally did it. I tried that trend. And is that worth it to have, you know, socks that you pay a couple $100s for just to try a trend one time? So that was definitely something that was like not the best idea on my part. And then the other socks I got, again, based on trends that I was seeing. So like these I thought would be super cute with the black and gold Princetowns that I showed you guys. Like I had seen that online where people would like wear these and kind of like scrunch these down and wear it with the Princetowns, but I had two issues with that. First of all, these socks, when I wear them with the Princetowns, like my feet were slipping all in the Princetown. So, and I was just like trying it on in the house. And so, you know, since it's an open back loafer, my feet were just like slipping out the shoe. And so that was like a no for me because that was really uncomfortable. And then I also just didn't like the way that it looked. Like if you have seen the Princetowns on the feet, they're actually very, slimming and slender on the foot, if you will. And so to have this sock and like all this excess fabric like bunched down, it just looked very unbalanced to me. It was weird. It was like my kind of like calf area has all this fabric bunched up, but then the shoe and foot part is like narrow and sleek, and it just wasn't doing it for me. So I still want to wait on these. Like I think maybe this would be cute with like some of my ankle boots and maybe like scrunch it down, but I haven't tried it. You know, again, it was just one of those things like, was this really necessary? Same thing with the Balenciaga socks, like just doing the most, trying to, you know, do the same little wave that I was seeing online. It as you can see, it did not work out for me. Like I think after trying the other two, I still had these, but I didn't even bother to take off the tag and try them on. Like I said, none of these have, I've literally taken off the tag just to like try these on with the shoes, but I've never worn any of these outside or with the outfit. So these are definitely on my worst purchase list. My next best purchase are these Fendi sandals that I purchased last year, and I love these sandals. This is probably one of my best purchases of all time. I have a wide foot, and I know that everyone loves the Hermes Oran sandals, and I have tried those sandals and I think they just look terrible on my foot. Like I think it makes my foot look crazy. They just don't look good. And so I've never purchased a pair because they just look a mess. But for me personally, like I would always like see them, admire them on other people, but I just felt like they looked terrible. Now I haven't tried any of the fun colors. I love the colors that they come in, but at least for like the black and the brown, they just were not flattering on my foot. So when I saw these and I tried them on, these just looked amazing on the foot. And that's even for someone like myself that has a wide foot, and they are so comfortable. You don't have to break them in like the Laurents. Like, these are just like the perfect black summer sandal. I love the fact that these are Fendi, but the emblem here is leather and it matches the shoe. It's very understated, and it's very much one of those, like, if you know, you know. And I love pieces like that. Like, your girl, like, I love logos, but I also have this other side of me that's very like, if you know, you know, that type of vibe. And so I love these. I definitely want to get them in the brown now, because like these, I have been wearing these out and I can't wait for spring, summer to come so I can pull these back out. And I definitely want the brown pair so that I can have, you know, just another option. And I hope that Fendi just like keeps coming out with more colors in these, because I will definitely purchase. I recommend these 1,000 times. If you guys are looking for just like a simple, classic leather sandal, full leather, beautiful shoe, definitely look at the Fendi slides for sure. All right, my last worst purchase is another accessory, and it is this Gucci belt. This is the Gucci Marmont belt in the thin version, and this is another one where social media got me. You guys remember when these belts came out, they had the thick version, they had the thin version, and I mean, the gram was going wild with this belt. This belt was everywhere, like everywhere. Even people that don't even like luxury, they got this belt. Like, it was just everywhere. And so of course I had to get the belt as well and jump on the bandwagon. I do not know why I bought this thin belt. I think that I liked, you know, even when I look at it now, I think it is like cuter than the thick belt. But what I found is that like none of my jeans have thin belt loops. They all have like the wider width belt loops. And so I have actually never worn this belt, or maybe I've worn it one time in, like, I forgot when this belt came out and went crazy. Was it 2018? So I've had this belt since then, and I've worn it one time, y'all. Like, if that's not a worst purchase, I don't know what is. And so I actually forgot about the fact that I had this belt in my collection. I just happened to find it the other day. So had I remembered, I definitely would have sold this, and I will be selling this. My Poshmark is linked down below if you're interested in this belt. Like I said, I've only worn it one time, and it just didn't fit my, like, anything that I wanted to wear it with. Anytime I wear a lot of denim, I wear a lot of jeans, and so anytime that I wanted to wear a belt, I will put this on, and it just felt too narrow because my belt loops were wide, and whatever I was trying to wear with it, like, it just felt like this was like so tiny. So then I tried to do it with like dresses and wear it up like on my waist to cinch in a dress. I tried to do it like on top of blazers, and it just wasn't doing it for me. Like, I wasn't in love with it, and it just wasn't the look that I was going for. So I think that, you know, I got the belt, but I missed the boat on this one. And, you know, I don't necessarily want the thicker version either. I think that I just probably should have like never purchased this belt, but I do think it's super cute. Like, if you guys look at it, it's literally like the cutest belt. I'm looking at it in the viewfinder now, and I'm like, oh, I see why I purchased this belt, because it's so cute. But it's one of those things that for me is like cute in theory, but when I wear it, it just wasn't like, it didn't translate well for me at all. And so I feel like this is one of my worst purchases, and I gotta let her go. All right, y'all, so the final item is on my best list, and it is my Louis Vuitton toiletry bag. So this one is the Louis Vuitton Nice toiletry bag, and then this is the Louis Vuitton Toiletry 25, and both of these are absolutely huge, and I love them. I purchased these not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before. So what is that, Christmas 2020? And I'm so glad that I purchased these. These are an amazing addition to my collection. I spoke about this before, like, I don't really do a lot of Louis Vuitton monogram handbags, but I love their accessories, and especially travel accessories, given that the brand is rooted in being a luxury travel brand. I just love the way that this accessorizes my luggage and my travel, and these are just amazing. I travel a lot, and I always travel with these, you know, whether it's a short haul flight or a long haul flight. These are now like part of my luggage essentials. And if you are looking at investing in travel pieces from Louis Vuitton, I highly recommend the travel accessories. I know a lot of they discontinued a lot of the toiletry bags and the cosmetic bags, but I don't know about these, but if they're still available, definitely get these, and I just love them. So this is a great way. I believe in having luxury. To me is not just bags and shoes. I want the whole experience. So I love these, you know, when I travel, just to add a little extra piece of luxury for me wherever I go. All right, guys, so that's all for my best and worst purchases. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and also drop in the comments below what your best or worst luxury purchases are. Don't leave me here by myself. Share yours, because I want to know what they are, and maybe you might help myself or someone else in your recommendations. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. I make videos weekly, so make sure that you're subscribed so that you're notified when I drop my next video. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.